What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is Flash episode 7. Now, before we get started, if any of y'all have not seen The Flash or seen this episode, do watch this video. And if you do, you can. I just don't want to spoil the episode. I want you to be surprised because this is a really great series and I love watching it every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. I just love it. Now, back to the episode. I couldn't. This character, the character was just this one character in this episode. It was a police officer. I'm just telling you. And I couldn't stand her. Let's just say. And let me set the, stage. Kind of think about what you're thinking, So we have the episode and we have a crime that was happening. And basically it's an ice crime. Somebody died and turned into shards and I guess melted or whatever. It was disgusting. And Barry, he's looking at the crime. Chester's like, well, I gotta take over Cisco's because Cisco's with Camille. So, they're sitting there, they're like, I wonder who could have done this. Another ice villain? Government police lady, who I don't like, comes in out of nowhere going, I bet it's Killer Frost. I'm like, lady, what the heck? There are 50 million villains, and I'm just saying a number 50. 50 million villains who are basically in Star City. And most of them, not most of them, but some of them may use ice powers. Heck, we could have had a new meta or something that uses ice powers or something. But the first thought she goes to is Killer Frost. I mean, you got Captain Cold who has an ice gun who can literally freeze people. No, Killer Frost. And then the stupidest thing is, even Barry and I think it was Chester, they're looking at the ice crystals and they're like, these are way different from what Killer Frost would have done. Like, they go into tree spouts and stuff, and hers is like straight lines or something. And she's like, well, I still think it's him. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then, we've got Barry, Speed Force God Mother, aka his look-alike mother or something. She was reincarnated as mother. It's a weird thing, y'all. So she comes in, she's like, oh my gosh, I want to help. And Barry's like, oh, we're fine here, girl. We're fine here. Not girl. But the problem is I guess she's still hurt. And by what I mean is she's healing, which means she's doing these things like with Barry, like it's almost like she's a battery. And she makes Barry faster and stuff, but he can't control those powers. So she amplifies his powers to 100%, but the problem is he can't control it when she does that, and she does that out of nowhere. So he goes pew 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 running around, and there's this funny bit because he runs right into the lady's car, and she gets out and she's like, Barry, what's happening? He's like, well, the suspect's footprints led me to the back of your car right here. It's just so funny. She's like, just whatever. So we got that because there's two plots. We've got that and that. And then you got, Killer Frost, and they're all like, yo, there was this crime, and this ice person did it, and police lady thinks it's you, so you might want to stay in Start Labs, because she's probably going to want to catch you. And Killer Frost is like, ugh. And she's with Allegra, and Killer Frost is like, you know what, Allegra, watch my back. I'm finna go check out who this person is, because, I'm going to find them. And Allegra's like, no, I want to go with you. She's like, no, stay here. So she goes to the bar that she used to work at. And she sees this really cool dude. He's all like, look, I'm pouring all the alcohol in together, making some type of alcoholic concoction. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol. So there's that. And then basically on the TV, the police lady again is like, we are offering $1,000 for any evidence or any stuff that can lead us to Killer Frost. And basically, Killer Frost is in the bar. This is a populated bar full of criminals, and money is involved. What do you think this is going to happen? So they're all like, yeah, let's go get her. And I'm like, this reminded me of the Hancock scene. And that's a movie with Will Smith in it where it's like he's a drunk hero and stuff. It's a lot of stuff in the movie. But the one scene that it reminded me of is where Hancock himself went to jail, walked into the jail cell. Every single jail member was in there that he put in there. They all crowded around him. And they were like, He was like, can I go to my cell and read a book, please? Beginning to the short, he basically did something really weird that I wouldn't. You gotta see the movie, but basically, he took down like two of like the big guys, and I'm like, bruh, she's a super. Well, she has ice powers. What do you think you're gonna do? Attack her? I'm like, she could freeze you in a second. She's a superhero. So what the heck? So she's trying to find out. She's like, okay, who is this imposter slaughtering my name? Well, this government lady's all like, yeah, we need to get Killer Frost. And then Joe comes in. He basically, I think, arrests Caitlin. And I thought it was like some type of trick to trick them and say, we've already got Killer Frost, yeah. Because they didn't know. But I guess it was just, Joe was like, I'm sorry, Caitlin. And Caitlin's like, what the heck, Joe? I thought we were friends. So finally, Killer Frost finds this dude. And this dude I'm literally talking about, like, seriously, he's not even like her. He's not a meta. No, he's basically Captain Cold with ice gloves. That's what happened. And what's weird is his backstory was like, I fell into the ice. It's like, I caught hypothermia. I died. The ice brought me back. You don't deserve the power. I'm like, what are you, Poison Ivy? Because like Poison Ivy literally died, brought back from the dead via plants, and she's just doing all her stuff. So I'm like, bro, what the? So long story short, Killer Frost takes him down. It's an epic battle. And then we're like, yay, we got the villain. And then all you hear is, FBI, open up. We are in front of the door. And it's like, oh, crap. And they're like, hey, look, we got Chillblade. That's the villain's name. We got Chillblade. We can show that all her whatchamacallits are done. And then Killer Frost does she literally does like a boomerang shot, basically saying like, hey, I cannot account for all my problems. I'm sorry. And literally walks out, gets arrested. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, literally, you saved everybody from like the crisis and a whole bunch of stuff. But no, 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 no. She's still a criminal. I'm like, But then we get to see the next episode, which made me so mad because look, I was watching it. It was super cool. She was in the court. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then literally what had me the most maddest was when they told you when it was going to be, it said May 4th, which means no Flash episode next week. And I was just like, I just feel really emotional right now that I won't get to see a Flash episode for 2 weeks, I think. And it's just, but yes, it was a good episode. I just did not like the police character. I encourage y'all to watch it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Well, if you're subscribed, click that bell icon, like the video, share it with your fam, and in the comments, tell me what you think about Flash. And I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.